going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Friday. We made it to yet another end of the week. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you guys have some great, amazing weekend plans. Yeah, you guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. We got a good show tonight. I've got some idiots. I've got some very angry people. I've got a lot of yelling. Yeah, that's what's on the docket for this evening. I hope you guys are ready. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick back flips. Let's go.
I have George Myers.
All right. And see, Mr. Sullivan, you covered for Mr. Graham?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Myers is here in case number 224842 and 224840. He's set for a Nelson hearing.
All right. If you'll swear Mr. Myers in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're asking to have your attorney replaced. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You wish to proceed with that motion?
Yes, sir.
You may go ahead.
I, defendant George Myers, pursuant to Blanding versus State, moves this honorable court to discharge counsel Kristen Piazza due to counsel's incompetence and ineffectiveness from current representation. In support thereof, defendant states that one, this is an unequivocal request to discharge counsel. Two, that counsel is incompetent. And three, that counsel's deficient performance arises from her current representation and not from past indiscretions, and is as follows. Counsel is incompetent and not adequate assistance of counsel guaranteed by the Sixth Amendment. Counsel's continued representation would be ineffective assistance of counsel and will result in misjustice and an unfair trial. Counsel communicates with defendant at a bare minimum, does not keep defendant reasonably informed about status of prosecution. The defendant has only had one attorney visit where his co-counsel is present and has had no current communication with her and would like a second non-biased opinion. The defendant believes counsel is biased towards his charges and does not have defendant's best interest in mind. Counsel waived defendant's right to a speedy trial without defendant's consent or even discussing reasoning with him. Defendant does not believe that his lead counsel meets the requirements set forth in Florida Criminal Rule Procedure 3.112, the minimum standards for attorneys in capital cases, specifically 3.112F, lead trial counsel, and 3.112J, limitation on caseloads. Also, counsel does not abide by client's decisions by refusing to file a double jeopardy motion after defendant showed grounds and reasoning for motion. Also, counsel had previously agreed to file a motion and now claims that she'll get in trouble for writing a meritless motion. Therefore, she lied to the defendant. Counsel failed to show due diligence by not researching double jeopardy violation and a complete lack of willingness to do so. In order to better understand defendant's claim, the defendant would move this court to take judicial notice of the following relevant case law. Carlson versus State, which is 405 SO2D 173. Chictus versus Shands, which is 373 SO2D 904. Witcher versus State, 737 SO2D 584. Brown versus Ohio, 432 US 161. Harris versus Oklahoma, 433 US 682.
Is that?
All right. No, she is not standby counsel. She is his defense attorney. And he copied and pasted that. There is no way that I guess I don't know. Maybe he's just really, really intelligent. But what he's about to do next kind of proves otherwise. But yeah, that was copy and pasted from an example on wherever he found that. It was good though. It worked. Very little questions the judge has to ask after this.
No, sir. And as in the above cases, the defendant has already been adjudicated guilty in cases 22-CF-1576 and 22-CF-1599, and is now being prosecuted again for the exact same offenses and also for greater offenses that necessarily include the lesser offenses for which the defendant has already been convicted of. The defendant has additional oral arguments to support his claims and will also move this court to allow rebuttal arguments, counsel's response to his claims, since the burden to replace and discharge counsel lies with the defendant.
Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Piazza's response?
Yes, Judge. I believe the main issue that merits response is Mr. Myers. I think his main issue is the lack of the motion that he wants filed for the double jeopardy claim. And so I think that comes down to two issues. What he's saying is the lack of research and then the lack of filing the motion. He's provided me pages and pages of case law. I've looked at all of those. So I have diligently researched that issue. And I've also had in our office, we have somebody who does research for us, kind of like a paralegal who does research, and he's done extensive research on this issue as well, which I've discussed with Mr. Myers. He just doesn't like the decision that I've come to based on all of the research. And it was never my intent to.
It's hand sanitizer of some sort. That's where they take the fingerprints of people. You know, they send them over there to get their prints taken. So I'm guessing it's sanitizer, maybe some like kind of, I don't know, soap solution. I no idea really what it is, but yeah, that's where the general area of what it is.
Promise him to file any kind of motion. It was more of an intent to, I will absolutely look into this. If there is a motion, I will absolutely file it. And that's still my stance, that if I ever do see a motion in this case, I'll absolutely file it. But at this point, I don't see it, and I can't file a motion that has no merit because that would not be the correct way to move forward with the case. And that is why I have not. So I'm not sure if there's any other issues that you would like me to address.
I'm going to deny the motion. It's up to Ms. Piazza whether to file the motion that you're asking her to file. It's also up to her whether to waive speedy trial or not. So I'm going to deny your motion. We need another court date. Where we at? We ready to set
myself then, sir?
Is he already under oath? Pardon? He just made an argument, didn't he? All right, let's swear him in.
solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Myers, state your name.
George William Myers.
Mr. Myers, you've asked to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, and the law. They're trained on what motions to file and what motions not to file. Do you understand?
All right, keep your ears open. Listen to what he's charged with, and he just decided to represent himself. This guy's a moron. This is why I called him an idiot at the start of the clip.
Understand that?
Yes, sir.
They're there to prepare you to prepare the case for any pretrial motions and also prepare the case for ultimately a trial. Just answer my questions.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with first-degree murder, which is punishable up to the death penalty, if all possible. But at least the minimum on a first-degree murder is life in prison. You understand that? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You understand if you're convicted of first-degree murder, that the least sentence you could get would be the remainder of your life in prison. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And you understand if you do represent yourself, you'll be held in the same standard that an attorney is held in. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today, which would impair your ability to make this decision?
No, sir.
Are you ever been diagnosed with any mental illness that would prevent you from making a decision in this matter?
No.
You understand if I find you competent to represent yourself at any point in time, you can ask an attorney to be appointed to represent you.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, I am going to find that Mr. Myers is competent to represent himself. I'm going to allow him to represent himself. I'm going to allow the public defender's office to be backup counsel. That does not mean that Ms. Piazza is obligated to give you any advice or to help you in any way until she's appointed to represent, unless she's appointed to represent you again. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
He did already have a court date. He had 2 court dates, but those were both based on my representation and that I'm going to be out for a little while. So I don't know if those will change now that he's.
We'll leave it set for a jury trial July 7th and trial management May 23rd.
Can I have a motion day before then, sir?
We'll set it for a motion day, April, let's see. We'll set it for April 17th at 9 o'clock.
All right. So there's the first idiot. Now we're going to move on to our first yeller of the evening. This guy uses some colorful language, so if and he's yelling. So just a volume warning for anyone who doesn't want others to hear what's going on. That when there's curse words, just a warning. But it's colorful. All right, let's go.
Sir, in the Nisqually Jail, good afternoon. What is your name, please?
Matthew Thorne.
Take care. Sir, you are Matthew James Thorne.
Yes.
Your date of birth is June 13th, 1986.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Thorne, you are before the court for a 4th pretrial conference in your case. It appears that you were last scheduled to be before the court on June 13th, 2024, at which time the docket indicates you failed to appear and a warrant was issued for your arrest. This is your first appearance.
Cynthia, drive safely. I will be more than happy to answer your questions when you get home, but make sure you get home first. Drive safely.
Since the service of that warrant. Ms. Arnold, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Thorne's pretrial conference at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, I just want to confirm with the defendant quickly that he was able to go over the SOC with Mr. Reardon over the phone.
Yes.
Okay, and you have no questions about that?
I mean.
If you have any questions, we can go in a breakout room and you can ask me. I just want to make sure that everything was gone over with you prior to going on the record.
I don't agree with any of this, but I don't really feel like it matters. I'm just trying to get it done in the least way possible.
Yep, this is the state of Washington. He's in the Nisqually jail. I don't really know the area of Washington too much. Lakewood, Washington Municipal Court. No idea where that is. This is just one of the random Washington court channels I watch.
Mr. Thorne, so I have to state that anything that you say can and will be used against you at trial later on if that's what you decided to do. So if you have any questions or concerns or anything, that we could go into a breakout room, okay? So I think going in a breakout room would be appropriate, Your Honor.
Questions? I just want to get out of jail. So it don't really matter.
Thorne, if we could please go in a breakout room.
Of course. Mr. Thorne, you're going to be receiving on the screen there in front of you an invitation to go into a breakout room so that you can speak privately with Ms. Arnold. Please accept that. After the two of you have completed your conversation, we can proceed with this case.
All right, perfect timing. Big in. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. You are awesome. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the raiders. And yes, Dorina is correct. We're about to get some very colorful language. Yeah, you guys are kind of used to it on Biggin's, on some of the videos that Biggin plays, but most of his is bleeped out. This isn't bleeped out. I don't go through the time to edit those words out, but yeah, and it's loud. So if you need to turn the volume down, this is your warning. Biggin, again, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it.
Set it up this way. So I'm gonna plan to stay in jail for a while then.
Mr. Thorne, everything that you state can be used against you at trial. So please refrain from stating anything on the.
It goes to will, man, and I know that. But you know that too. Ever since the day one.
Thorne, please.
No. You guys are just gonna keep me in jail? For what?
Mr. Thorne, please.
Madam Clerk, the city is this still being recorded? The city's requesting. Oh, is it possible for the city to obtain a copy of what was just said? Okay, thank you.
Now, I've never seen a prosecutor actually ask that while everything is running. I mean, you can get a copy. I don't know. You have to say it on the record though. They're not on the record. The judge doesn't even sit down. It's still a little weird. He asked that right in front of the defendant that's obviously disgruntled. But yeah. Anyways, let's go. He didn't say anything too bad yet. He just said, "I'm going to be in jail for a while. You don't care." Something like that. Nothing bad. It's about to get a lot worse.
And given the defendant's statements, the city is asking that we go back on the record. Even the city won't make any statements, but I would like to have a clear and accurate recording. If anything else is said before the judge comes back, we could go back on the record so this can be recorded.
I want to know why the police didn't get my witness statements. So this is all a joke. You guys aren't here for my interest. No one's here to help me. It's a lie.
Mr. Thorne, please stop stating anything on the record.
That's the prosecutor. The defense attorney just turned off her camera. I don't know why she did. Maybe to wait for the judge. Maybe to stop him from talking. Doesn't work.
You guys are ruining people's lives. For nothing.
Mr. Thorne.
I ain't got shit else good to say. I'm not gonna sit here and say what you want me to say. I can't speak my mind.
Oh my God, the judge is back.
And that was bullshit.
Mr. Thorne, please refrain from stating anything else on the record.
Yeah, for my best interest. Sure.
Yes, for the best interest.
Of course. I trust you because I trusted everybody else in this whole situation too.
Mr. Thorne, I understand that you're frustrated and you need to calm down because this isn't great, okay? Please stop saying anything on the record.
I just don't respect you. That's all.
Okay. That's fine, but please protect yourself.
Ms. Arnold, we are back on the record in City of Lakewood versus Matthew James Thorne, 23L000420. Prior to the recess, there was some discussion about a stipulated order of continuance. I now have before me a motion to continue the pretrial conference. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. So it was my understanding that it was going to be a motion to continue, but after speaking with the defendant, I think it is best to continue this case until Monday to allow some time for the defendant to think about this offer.
Okay, that's fair.
I
Mr.
don't have nothing to
Vincent,
think about.
any objection to continuing this matter to Monday at, looks like
Yes,
Monday at
please.
1
I
p.m.
object.
We're maintaining the bell.
You're not gonna keep me in jail an extra 5 days just to make me think, oh, okay. No.
Mr. Thorne, I'm gonna need you to try and control yourself so that I can hear from the attorneys, okay?
They're both liars.
Mr. Vincent, what is the city's recommendation?
The city's recommendation that bell be maintained and this could be set over to Monday.
And Ms. Arnold, do you want to be heard on that?
No, Your Honor, that's an agreement.
All right. So we will go ahead and maintain pretrial conditions of release in this matter, and we will set this case over to a new pretrial conference on Monday at 1 p.m. Mr. Thorne, thank you. You can go ahead and let the officer know that your hearing is done. We'll see you on Monday.
Okay, I don't agree. I don't want to be here on Monday. I want a different lawyer. If I'm going to be in jail, I might as well not play the little game according to your guys' rules. You're not going to fuck me and make me say thank you for it. And get these bitch ass motherfuckers off the screen now. They want to go talk to someone else and lie to someone else.
Your Honor, can defense request a brief recess?
No, we don't need no recess. Fuck you, bitch. Get off the case. That's what we requested now.
Yeah, go ahead and mute the jail. Yes, Ms. Arnold, we can absolutely take a brief recess. Just let me know when you're ready to resume.
Thank you.
All right, that just happened. That guy was nice. I wonder what he's in jail for. But it has nothing to do with anything to do with anger management or impulse control. Sure, he's a saint. We have one more like that at the end. Got one clip before we finish with a bang. The last clip's a long one. It's like I think it's about a half hour in total. And yeah, that one's crazy. But we have one more, we have we have one traffic matter in front of Magistrate Norbeck to, just another idiot. This guy doesn't yell. He's just a moron. Just kind of like the first guy. Not that kind of idiot. Different kind of idiot. You know what? I'm rambling, talking in circles. Let's go.
All right, gentlemen, this is a citation issued on January 16 of this year on US 131 there in Gunplain Township. This is for improper passing. Mr. Hardy, you're here on this citation to do one of three things. First is you could admit responsibility to the citation, or two, admit responsibility, but you'd like to provide some sort of explanation as to how or why this happened. Or three, you wish to contest this citation. In other words, fight the ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
I'm just wondering if there's any evidence submitted to the court first, I guess.
Well, no, sir, that would be testimony from the trooper that we would take if you had a hearing.
Oh, heard that. Do I have to show up in person for any of those options, or?
No, sir, you pick one right now.
Oh, okay. I'd like to contest the ticket.
All right. The first thing I'm going to do is swear you both in. You want to go ahead and raise your right hands?
Yeah.
Mr. Hardy, you swear or affirm any
All right, real quick. I don't know if this is a younger person word, but the word heard after someone says something to you, that's a kitchen thing. It's turned into yes, chef, but it used to be heard. But I feel like it's being used a lot more often now. So either this guy works in a kitchen or I'm right and it's just used a lot. I don't know.
testimony you'd give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Hardy, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with the trooper. He has the burden to establish to me why.
Yeah, so in a kitchen, if an order comes in and you have to send different things to different stations. So who's ever on the deep fryer, I need 2 orders of fries, and then you say whatever needs for the grill, whatever you need for the broiler, whatever for the sauce. I don't know what saucier. I hate saying that word for some reason. But yeah, after every time you say it, they would respond heard. So then they know, that they heard you. And if they don't, you wait to make sure that they heard you. Otherwise, it's a disaster if you need something that takes 10 minutes to cook and the rest of the food's ready and never dropped. So that's where heard came from, at least in my day. In my day. I'm not that old. Okay, let's watch this.
You were issued a citation in the first place, but after that, you'll have an opportunity to either testify in your own behalf or ask questions. With that, Trooper, you want to pick up the narrative somewhere where it makes sense, explain the issuing of this citation?
Yes, sir. So on January 16th, approximately around 5:15 p.m., I believe it was 5:15 p.m., 17:15 hours. So you're right around 5:15 p.m. I was working stationary patrol near 131, just north of 106th Ave. I was facing southbound traffic on 131, at which time I observed both lanes of travel with vehicles in it, and then I observed a dark blue Jeep pass on the shoulder of the roadway. So if you're traveling southbound, there was a vehicle in the left lane and a vehicle in the right lane. I observed a dark blue Jeep pass on the shoulder, the left median side shoulder of the roadway around a vehicle. I observed a male occupant driving that vehicle, at which time I tried to exit the median to then initiate a stop of that vehicle, obviously for the driving issue. As I pulled out, it took me about a few seconds to get out due to normal congestion of traffic. I observed that same blue Jeep exit the off-ramp of 106th, at which time I was now southbound 131, initiated my lights and hit that same exit off-ramp to try to get a stop of that vehicle. At that time, I observed that same vehicle then disregard the stop sign of the 106th off-ramp and continue to head west now on that would be 106th Ave. As I was getting caught up to that vehicle, I took a right there and I was unable to see where that vehicle had gone. That time I discontinued.
Spoiler alert, he is 50. He does look extremely young. Like, I would say he looks old enough to go into a bar, but not much older than that. 22, 23.
Continued my lights and began to BOL the area. Approximately 4 minutes later, I observed that vehicle pull out of the roadway. I'd have to look at the citation refresh. I believe it's 11th Street, I think right there, 12th Street. I observed the same vehicle driven by the male occupant leaving that street. I pulled up next to that vehicle, let him know I was initiating a stop, initiated my lights, and made contact with the driver, identified as I guess the defendant right now, Brian Hardy. That time I let him know that the reason for the stop was that he passed on the shoulder of the roadway and for disregarding that stop sign. I am familiar with the driver as I've pulled him over before on 131. That time we had a conversation. He would not admit to being the individual that passed, but stated specifically, somebody brake checked me and I had to do what I had to do. There's additional statements in my body camera, obviously, that I reviewed, him alluding to the fact, but never wanting to admit that it was him. I positively identified him as the driver I saw pass me and the same vehicle that passed me on the left. Mr. Hardy had let me know that he was going through some financial troubles, so I decided to use my discretion and not issue him a citation for careless driving nor disregard of a stop sign, and just gave him the citation of improper passing, as he did pass a same direction vehicle on the shoulder of the roadway, not in the roadway.
Okay. Mr. Hardy, what is it you'd like to tell me?
I had an incident on the highway where like I was going behind somebody and they drastically reduced their speed in front of me, and I was working on getting my vehicle fixed at the time. It was something weird. One of my sensors went out and one of my tires, and if one sensor goes out, apparently they're all attached to like reading your speed and everything in your vehicle, and if that doesn't work, like 3 different things go out in your vehicle. So those 3 things are your ABS brakes, your 4-wheel drive, and what was the other thing that was not working on?
Sir, I don't know what it is you're talking about. Would you like to testify as to whether or not you passed someone on the shoulder this day?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the magistrate here. That none of that is relevant. All you're doing is incriminating yourself. Your car doesn't sound like it's road legal. It's not safe. Why are you driving it? Stop telling the court this stuff.
Time.
I mean, I asked earlier if he had any visual evidence of like my plate or anything, and
yes, sir. There's more than sufficient evidence put into the record by the trooper at this point. But I got to give you an opportunity to tell me why I shouldn't find you responsible for this.
I was in an emergency situation. and I felt I needed to do what needed to be done. The person in front of me must have seen the officer coming from the other way and decided to stomp on his brake very hard. I didn't see the officer. I just saw a car coming straight at me. I'm going 75 miles an hour.
Okay.
74
Mr.
miles
Hardy,
an hour,
there is
sorry.
no circumstances where you're allowed to pass on the shoulder. The appropriate thing would have been to apply your brakes or get into the other lane of travel, but you can never pass on the shoulder.
Sir, with the traffic situation, I couldn't have. There was somebody directly behind me, and the weather made the roads bad.
Then you have a responsibility to be in control of your vehicle at all times, that even if someone brake checks you, you're able to control your vehicle without hitting it or without doing something that's a moving violation.
I'm also physically disabled with my legs. I did what I felt like I had to. I literally almost lost my legs 10 years ago.
I understand that, but I would find you responsible on this citation. Like I said, or actually like the trooper said, you're lucky you didn't get written for worse. All right, because it seems like between you and me and the trooper, you were obviously trying to evade getting pulled over.
No, I did not hear. I didn't hear
Mr. Hardy, by the time you have two separate moving violations, that's at least careless, if not the crime of reckless driving. So be careful out there. Now, because you had a contested hearing, you do have a right to say, I don't agree with what just happened there. I want to go to formal hearing. To do that, you must do two things. One is you must ask for that within 7 days of today's date. And two, you must come in and post a cash bond in the same amount as the fine to guarantee your appearance at formal hearing. Do you understand your rights on appeal?
No, I have a couple questions on it, please.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm very confused because the officer said I'd have to pay for the ticket, but you're talking about appeal fine.
Okay,
or something?
so listen to me. I just found you responsible on this citation. So you owe the fines and costs to the court. But if you don't agree with me, you have a right to say, oh, I want to go to formal hearing. I don't think I should have been found responsible. But to do that, to contest this further, you must ask for that within 7 days of today's date, and you must come in and post the $110 as a cash bond in order to guarantee your appearance at formal hearing. Does that clear it up?
May I ask a couple more questions just to make sure I know what's going on? I have mental health issues, and I'm just so. Do I have to? So I have to pay court fines and the ticket. Is that what we're getting at then, in the long run?
Court fines. That's the same thing. $110 is the fines and costs on this ticket. Right now, you owe that because I just found you responsible. But if you don't like my ruling, you can contest my ruling and appeal it further. But you still have to come in and pay the $110 as a bond to guarantee that you'd show up to your formal hearing.
I would rather. I mean, I'm probably going to get the same ruling anyways, correct? So it's just like, I'll just take it as it is, I suppose. But like, we were talking about earlier, I am struggling financially. I'd like to set up a payment plan with the courts.
They don't do payment plans on citations, but you can call the clerk's office and find out how much time they give you to pay that.
Heard that. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and release parties. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, that was a little bit of a palate cleanser after the last guy that was yelling, and we're gonna go into another yeller. This is a little bit longer of a case. This is again a traffic case, but man, this gets aggressive very quickly. Well, maybe not that quickly. It's about 10 minutes into it before the guy starts going off. But yeah, if you guys need to turn your volume down, you might want to do it now. Well, you don't have to do it now. Again, in about 10 minutes, I'll let you know when the time's right. All right. Ooh, let's go.
Yes.
All right,
Can you hear
sir.
me?
I can hear you. We're ready to address your case. It's 240-322-025.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so sir, you asked to contest this. I want to make sure that that is how you wish to proceed and you're not just asking to provide some information and get a reduction. That would be a mitigation hearing.
Yeah, I'm looking for both. Which way is better? Because I'm kind of confused about this school zone. I've been driving for many years. I never see any. There is no any other sign without. Maybe I can put in the video, something like that. You can see me. So,
You have to turn on your camera. Right now, you don't have your camera on.
all right, let me see. Camera. Uh, okay, my camera. Okay, very good. You can see me.
Yeah.
Okay, so the school zone show this one, and also it showed this one. The other one is there. You can see that in my camera.
Well, okay, the
What?
one that you're just holding up right now. So where are
Yeah,
you getting,
and this
where are
one.
you? Yeah, where are you getting those pictures?
At the school zone, it say when the children are
But that's not where you got this violation, right? Ours,
no, it's not where I get violation, but all the school in Washington law, or in our school zone, anywhere in Washington, you will see like this.
yes, this is not a school zone violation. This is a school walk zone violation. So that's different. It's defined in the statute. So it's a different thing. It's still in the RCW 4663, but they're defined differently. Okay, so the two pictures you just showed me, if those lights were flashing, the speed limit would be reduced to 20 miles per hour. That's not what you were cited for. Okay.
Okay.
So you received a notice of violation. And I will.
But it's in the paper, it says school zone over here.
No, it says school walk zone.
Citation.
It says
Yes.
school walk zone.
School walk zone. Let me see.
Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. So when we're looking at this together. All right. So do you see on the computer screen?
Hey, look at me. I edited this where I put my, I don't know, my logo, so it's not over the whole screen. I tested it. It has a lot of this guy's information in the middle, and I didn't want to show it, but I want you guys to still see what was going on. So yeah, editing. We're on fire tonight.
Yes, I see that.
This is what you have in front of you, right?
Yeah, this one, yeah.
Okay. And right here, right under your name, it says
Right under my name? Okay.
right underneath your name, the infraction is school walk zone.
Yep, I see that one now. Okay,
All
school
right.
walk zone. So what that means is school walk zone. Is it new or what is that?
It is new. It started this last summer and the legislature redid the laws on the photo tickets and they allow photo enforcement in school zones, school walk zones, which is defined as the area within a 1 mile radius. They allow it in the areas around parks, the areas around hospitals. They allow, so there's different things that cities and counties are able to regulate. And this is a school walk zone. So if you look at the ticket here,
yes,
the posted speed limit, you were going 37 miles an hour. Okay. You were going 37.
I see that one.
The speed limit was not 20. It was not a school zone. So it wasn't 20, it was 25. That is the speed limit in that area. It's a 25 mile per hour speed limit.
Okay.
You were going 12 miles over the limit.
Right. So you're saying, so that is school zone, the walk zone, you're saying they have their own sign, people can see it?
It's the speed limit. It's the speed limit. There's a lot of signs over there that say. There's a number of signs on the road that say there's a school walk zone, that it's photo enforced, and the speed limit is 25 miles per hour. So
So you're saying the school zone and the school walk, they have their own limit, speed limit, or they're sharing the same speed limit?
no, a school zone, like you said, in Washington, it's 20
Yes.
miles per hour.
Okay. So is that
You
one?
were not alleged to have violated the school zone. That's
Okay.
not what you were cited for.
Okay. You said the school walk zone, right?
A walk zone, yes.
Okay. The school walk zone have their own, their own speed limit, or they share a speed limit with a school zone?
No, a school zone speed limit is 20.
Okay.
So if you
What
look
is the school walk zone? What is the speed limit for the school walk zone?
in Lake Forest Park, it's the speed limit on the roadway. It's 25 miles per hour. So if you're going the speed limit, you're fine. If you're going over the speed limit of 25 miles per hour,
Well, I think you're absolutely awesome. There, said it.
it's a violation that we can use photos to enforce.
So it's that one when you in the main road, the regular road, it say the port enforcement, you have the color, you have the red, green, and white. So that you have that kind of the 40 feet that public can see very far away. I let them like 300 feet away, that is school zone, or you don't have no sign, because I don't see no sign that day.
Signs all over there. If you go on the road, you'll see the signs. So there's a lot of signs that talk about walk zones and photo enforced in 24 hours. There are many signs, but it was not the sign that you held up to me. It was not flashing. Our sign says it's 20 miles when it's flashing. That's not what we have alleged that you committed. Okay, that's not what you're here to talk about, is a school zone.
Okay, so can you show me the sign on the one you posted on the road? Because I don't see it. I went over there by myself. I don't see any sign dedicated to the public. If you go to this road, you use it, the S522, this sign, it say.
No, this is not on 522. This is not on 522.
No, I mean, they're called Brookside, the middle school.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. The road, I don't see that sign. People can see like 300 miles away when you enter it. Like a school zone. The school zone.
They can see it 300 miles away. I know that he just misspoke there, but yeah, that was a big mistake. Misspoke. Words. I'm just gonna say words.
Regular school zone, what I showed you earlier, it show you very far away, and then you can reduce your speed limit. All right. So now you're telling me you have a sign. It show everybody before they enter to the road, or that the sign.
You know what I'm trying to tell you is that the speed limit is posted. The speed limit's 25 miles per hour.
Yep.
And you weren't going 25 miles. It was 25 miles per hour. You were not going 25 miles per hour. You were going 37.
Correct. 37, but the school was not working, was not operating that day. Could I see
it doesn't matter. The speed limit is 25 miles per hour. Anytime. Doesn't matter if school's in session. It is 25 miles per hour. That's the speed limit.
The speed limit is
25.
Even the school is not working on
yes,
Saturday?
That's the speed limit. It's, yes, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, doesn't matter. It's 25 miles per hour. If it's a school zone and that light flashes, then you've got to slow down to 20.
What about it? It's no lights flashing. I mean, there's no short.
I get comments saying the judge is weak all the time. Pretty much, if a judge doesn't do what someone thinks, they just leave a comment and say weak judge. I honestly ignore those comments. I used to respond to them, but I've stopped. Even if it's, I don't think they're trying to troll. It's just, the person leaving the comment saying the judge is weak isn't a judge. If another judge calls someone a weak judge, then okay, I'll respect that. But I mean, what makes a weak judge? I don't know. So I ignore it.
If there's no lights flashing, it's 25 miles per hour. 25 miles per hour. That's the speed limit. That's the speed limit. You were going.
Yeah, speed limit 25 miles an hour, but you don't have a sign to show. If you go beyond this one, you will get this. You will get a punishment or some.
Yeah,
Where is your sign?
there's
It shows the
signs that
people.
say it's photo enforced. It's a school walk zone. So yes, and that's the speed limit.
You talk about the school zone camera, the one that shows for enforcement, the white one, or you have a different one?
The school zone has its own signs there that say when it's flashing, it's 20. It was not flashing.
Okay, so I'm talking
There's
about the
other,
camera.
yes,
Because
and
you
there's
told me-
other signs that say it's, yes, that it's photo enforced. The officer, there, it's in the declaration. There's signs that it's a walk zone. The signs say it's photo enforced. There's signs that say speed limit is 25 miles per hour.
So you mean on this one, on this page right here, why I have 20 limit, because that one is mounted by on the school zone. The camera is said, but you told me you have a different camera zone. It showed like the one regular
No,
road.
it's that area.
Yeah, they're super strict too. I think they get like a 2 mile an hour leeway. They get a lot of traffic tickets in here from this area. It just takes pictures. That's all it does. Takes pictures and it mails you a ticket with your license plate. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But the speed wasn't 20 because it wasn't flashing. Do you see it says when flashing?
Because on the video, let me see, what is the picture? On this one, it showed me only 20 miles. On this one, the original you have, on that one, on my car, see the white thing, the camera take it, is 20 miles. Okay, it's 20 miles. So the light was not flashing on
That's
Saturday.
right. Exactly. It wasn't flashing. If it was flashing, the speed limit would have been 20. Your ticket says the speed limit was 25.
So
The
my
speed
ticket said it
limit
was
was
25.
Yes.
So where is the photo enforcement? It show the one regular road you have on right there by the courthouse, in your courthouse where you stay right now. They have a big fixture. You can see very far away from where you get to the road to the intersection, and you coming from other way, you will see it. Where is the photo enforcement in there? We don't see anything in there. It showed to the public.
It's on 178. I don't have a picture here in my office to show you.
There's no picture in that bush over there. There is no picture in that road. It's dark at nighttime. You don't see no picture, nothing. You only see the school, the one that have a green. That's what you see only. We don't have anything else.
Okay, well, I'm gonna, if you want me to read through the evidence, which I will do, I will make my findings, but this is not what you're showing me there is about 20 miles per hour, and that's not what you were cited for.
No, because in the camera, the one when we get my car and my flat, it show 20 miles an hour right there, 20 miles. That's what the picture show.
20 miles.
Okay, now the camera, the one you have in my in this what they call the one I had received. So the one you show me on your camera right now on your screen is 20 miles. I can see it. 20 miles right there. It's 20, not 25.
That's what the sign says. When it's flashing, it's 20, but it wasn't flashing. So that sign is not active.
Okay, how you gonna give me the infraction the while it's not flashing and you know it's 20? There is no kid be in prison. There is no kid available on Saturday. There is no school. How are you gonna cite to the people?
Because they're not alleging that you were violating that zone of 20 miles per hour.
Okay, the picture on this one, the one you have, when you put in the screen, it shows 20 miles. I see 20 miles. It's not 25. It says 20 right there, 20, twice.
When it's flashing, that's what it says. Speed limit.
Okay, but you still tell me when it's flashing. Now it's not flashing, and you still sending me this one, and you know it's not flashing. And 20 miles an hour, this one.
I know. The violation, if you look at that, you're cited with violating RCW 4661-400, not 4661-440. You're cited with violating a specific code. You were exceeding the speed limit. The speed limit was 25 miles per hour. You were traveling 37 miles per hour. So I don't understand why you're trying to argue with me that you weren't speeding. You didn't know you should be speeding. The speed limit's 25. It's on the the road that it's 25.
Duval, that was your fault. I started talking and the internet dropped. Made it 4 minutes longer than normal tonight. Anyways, I forgot how long this clip was. This is a lot longer than I remember. We're not even halfway through it, and there is some yelling. There's a lot of name calling at the end of this. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that kicked out. I'm not sure. My little internet meter shows it's on low, but I don't have the little spinny wheel thing. Let's see. Waiting for someone to say they can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello. You guys can't hear me. Oh, you can't. Maybe the delay is just really bad. I said that like 30 seconds ago. All right. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna drop fully. I've got the timestamp on the video if it does, but let's just keep going and hope it doesn't. All right, let's go.
There's
Okay, Your
signs
Honor,
that it's photo
my argument is not about the 25 now. I'm telling you what you sent me in my car, in back of my car, is 20 speed limit right there in the picture. You can see it twice.
I can see that there's a sign on the side of the road that says the speed is 20 when it's flashing.
No, it's not just a sign. The camera, where they get a camera in my car, that's what he took the camera. 20 speed limit. Right there. Twice. That's how you get my plate. That's how you give me cited in this one. That's what I'm arguing about it.
I don't exactly understand what you're arguing about. So here are the photographs. There's one
right
here.
there.
All right, let me remove my icon from here so we can see the photographs. All right.
Yep, you see the 20?
Yes, when flashing, it was not flashing.
Okay, that's why. That's my argument. Was not flashing. How are you going to send me this one? And you know it is a 20 mile.
You know
right
why?
there.
Because that's where the camera is. This is a picture capturing your image of your vehicle on the roadway. So just because that happens to be in the screen doesn't mean that's what you're being cited with.
That's the one is beside me with, because there's no 20 mile an hour right here in the camera.
Right, you were going.
They're no 25. There are no 25 here, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Guy,
Yes.
according to the notice of violation, which I'm going to go back to that. This is under sworn statement of the police officer, Maurice Parrish. He's an officer with Lake Forest Park. He indicates here that you were cited with a school walk zone violation. That's contrary to RCW 46-61-400. It happened on December 21st, 2024 at 5:16 p.m.
That's correct.
You were driving a Toyota Grand Highlander.
Yes.
Plate CNH 4172.
That's correct.
Listing you,
Yep.
Adam Guy, as the registered owner.
Yep, that's my car.
The posted speed limit was 25 miles per hour.
It's 20, Your Honor. I'm going with this. That's why I request the officer. You can see my notice over there. I request the officer.
What notice over there?
I left a notice because I request the officer.
You didn't where? When did you request the officer?
Oh, I come myself right here. You can see it right here. I request the officer. So they stamp it and they give my copy. I request the officer because it's 20 miles an hour, and then you still give me this one, this citation. Look at the notice. I left the notice that they stamp it. I went to the police department upstairs. So from downstairs, the courthouse, they told me to go upstairs. I went to the lady in the window. He stamped it. He said, "Yeah, you will request the officer. We will give it to the officer. He will come and testify."
Oh, you know what? He showed up for your subpoena last week.
Okay.
You didn't subpoena him for today.
No. That last week, that's the one. Because if they told him that he should know that.
Your subpoena, we can set it over if you want to question Officer Parrish, but you sent a subpoena. And
yes, I wanted to be present.
Mr. Guy, You sent a subpoena for the wrong date.
There's no wrong date.
Well, you sent him to be here last week.
Not the last week. Not the last week. I come for the first time. They told me we will serve him.
No,
So
this is your order right here. You filled it out for February 10th.
February 10, yeah, that's the code that they give me, the ladies. So they give me code that one. That's them, not me. I cannot issue the code date. I get a notice right here. You told me February 10, that's your code date, this one.
We can set this over because you didn't subpoena him properly for today's hearing date.
No, today hearing because that day he will know this hearing that he will come. I put my notice already.
For the wrong date, Mr. Guy. You must have made a mistake because you didn't put it in for the 18th. You subpoenaed him for February 10th.
No. Your Honor.
I have it. This is your handwriting.
Yes, my handwriting. The problem is when I go over there, there's no February 18. They wrote to me right here on the 10th. If the court changed the date, they should let them know, the officer, not me.
This matter has never been set for the 10th, but Officer Parrish
I
did
haven't
show
noticed.
up last week.
I will share with you one day. They give me slip. They give me slip right here. They give it to me. I have it.
Okay, well, we'll have to set this for a future hearing date.
No problem. So
And you'll
I
have
have
to re-subpoena.
Yeah. Was that?
You'll have to issue a subpoena for the correct court date.
So I have to do a new one?
Yeah, so you got a packet of information from the court on how to do it, correct? Did you come to the courthouse and get a packet of information on how to issue subpoenas?
That's what they told me last time. We did it right there. The paper you have, that what they told me that how you serve him. So you wrote your notice, and we will give to the officer. So you don't have to serve him. We do it. So they give me my copy, and that's it. That's what they give me.
Right. So he did show up last week, Mr. Guy, in response to the subpoena.
Right. Yep.
You weren't here because that was not the day of your hearing.
But maybe he don't know. So he should know. If you said a hearing date, he will know that the subpoena, he will come on that date.
No, it's your responsibility to subpoena them.
Okay.
That's your responsibility to have the correct date for the officer. That's
Not a
why he
problem.
showed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I want to take this to the trial. This one, I'm not gonna let this go like this. I'm gonna issue the trial. Yes.
All
I will
right.
see them in trial. Yeah. So I have a trip. I go see my family. So I have a sick leave. I will come back in June 5th, 2025. Yes.
Well, we can't set it that far out.
Because I have family sick leave. I take it already.
What is your travel dates?
Was that?
When are you traveling?
I'm traveling on the 28th, February 28th. I'll come back June 5th or May 15th, something like that. I put it like open ticket.
Well, okay, Lois, do we have a date where we could set the hearing? I think it would be
2/26.
Well, no, I mean, I think it has to be a attorney calendar.
Okay.
I don't know.
We don't have an attorney calendar before.
Yeah, this guy is so sure of himself. I already put in for sick leave. No, I've already put in for sick leave because I go see my family. What? Yeah, I mean, it with his accent, it sounds like he's from another country. He's going to go see his family. Awesome, good for you. That's awesome. You should do that. That's not how court works, though. No. I don't know. If I were a judge, okay. You want the speed limit to be 20? We'll say you're going 17 over instead of 12 over. All right. Is that what you want? You win.
What's the date he's leaving? 28th?
Yes.
Of February or March?
February 28th.
But you don't know when you're coming back.
Yeah, I'll come back between May 15 or June, beginning of June, somewhere around there. You can put in May. For May 1st and up, I should be fine. I might come back early. No big deal.
So that hearing date would be May 5th, 5/5.
Okay. Got it. Do it that way. It's good. Mhm.
That,
May 5, 1:30.
yes.
Yes, it's fine. No problem.
I'm talking to the court, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
So we'll do 5-5 at 1:30. And Mr. Guy, are you still in Kent on 45th Place?
That's correct.
Okay, that's where we're going to send you paperwork.
All right. Very good.
It's not over yet. Don't worry. We still have like let's see 50. Wow. We still have 24 minutes left of this, dude, guys. Unless I put a clip after this.
All
I don't
right,
think
so
I did.
that you'll get the paperwork in the mail.
Okay.
And you just submit your subpoena for the correct court date.
All right, this is a good time to pause it. Sparkle Poops, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Bless his heart, full Southern intent. He is so excited his ears stopped working. They absolutely did. Thank you so much, Sparkle Poops. Yeah, we're only at the 50-minute mark in the video, and this video tonight's an hour and 14 minutes, and I'm pretty sure this is the last clip of the night. So unless there's one after this, or something gets really messed up in the video and starts skipping everywhere, I have no idea. We're about to find out though. But yeah, we still have 24 minutes left to this dude.
Yeah, when you send a, so you say February 5th, yeah, I will do that. I will submit another one. Yeah.
So you'll get the court date in the mail, then you go and do your part to subpoena the witnesses that you want. Okay?
Their weakness is not a matter. I'm gonna just, so the trial gonna do by themselves. I'm gonna show them what I've been cited with this officer. So for 20 miles an hour, that's my argument. So it would show me in the camera or in the video, I passed that one. If there's a photo, the photo, that's what it shows.
Mr. Guy, I think that you can already surmise from what I've told you.
It's okay. Let's go to trial, Your Honor. I'm not gonna argue with you. Let's go to
Well,
trial.
I'm the
trial is
judge.
trial.
I'm the judge.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the officer. You're not convincing the officer. I want you to be very clear, and you should read the statute.
I'm not going to consider the officer. I'm going to tell the judge, this is wrong. This is not right.
If you're not subpoenaing the officer, then we are in your hearing today. So I will make my ruling today. If you don't want the officer to appear, I'm not going to continue this. You need to make up your mind.
I need a trial date. Do I have a right to go to trial?
This is the trial. I will read the evidence. I will place
This is
you
not a
under
trial.
oath.
Trial is not one person. Trial is like too many people.
Oh, no,
right?
you don't get, no, it's not a jury trial. This is a civil infraction. You are not entitled to a jury trial.
I don't have a right to go to jury trial?
No, on a criminal offense, but not on a civil infraction, no. It's a very low burden. It's a preponderance of the evidence, and it is not before a jury. So this would be your hearing today. You're here for a contested hearing. If you don't want the officer to appear, then I'm going to go through and finish up this contested hearing and I'll make my ruling. But this is not, it's not a jury trial.
So I need a jury trial, Your Honor.
You're not
If
going
I
to
have
get
a
a
right to go
jury
to jury
trial.
trial.
No, you don't get jury trials on infractions. That just doesn't
How?
happen.
Because I feel like they take my right away because I have a phone here. I have a right. So they signed me for 20 miles an hour, and now
no one
so they
cited
told me
you for
go
20.
for 25.
No one cited you for 20 miles per hour. That didn't
It's right
happen.
here. Right here.
No,
I have it in the paper.
No, you have a photograph of a sign that's next to the information in the box is what you were cited with.
The back doesn't want the person who wrote, but he signed me for this one. He say so I'm go from 20 miles an hour, I'm go 37 miles an hour. right there. That's the one, because if it's 25, we should see the 25 here, Your Honor. That's a good argument. We should see the 25. There's no 25 over here.
That's not gonna work, Mr. Guy.
That's why I want to go to trial, because you told me it's not going to work.
You're not entitled to a trial on an infraction. So if you're not going to call Officer Parrish, I will finish making my ruling on this. I was reading through the evidence.
No. I need open first, man. If you're trying to do it the other way, no. This one, I'm not going to accept this.
So
that is not fair. Now you've telling me the officer wrote this one. You go by the picture, or you go by the what the officer wrote, because the officer was not there. Officer was not there. He wasn't on the road at that time. He go by the camera, and we should go by the base of the camera.
That is not what this is looking. The officer is reviewing the evidence, and he's signing under penalty of perjury. So I would be reviewing the evidence the officer presented to me. So if you don't want to set this over for him to be a witness, then I'm going to finish this hearing today.
Could you imagine if he was in front of a jury trial? I mean, Derval, you're right. The jury would be angry. Like, we're here because you were going 37. You were clearly speeding. End of story. Why are we here? That would be a giant waste of time. I'm trying to figure out what he's actually arguing, though. I don't know if it's a miscommunication. And he's actually arguing something that I just don't understand. But what is he actually arguing? He just admitted that he was going 37. He's saying that there was no speeds, the speed limit sign wasn't flashing, therefore there's no speed limit. I have no idea what he's arguing. He thinks he's right, but I still don't know his defense. I don't understand it.
Today, because it's already taken a lot of time, and we'll go through the hearing. I think you are fundamentally misunderstanding the situation, and I'm sorry that you're misunderstanding the situation.
How am I misunderstanding? You told me 25 miles an hour. We don't have 25 in the photo.
The sign on the road in that area is 25 miles an hour unless that light is flashing, and it's 20. We've come to the conclusion that it was not flashing, so the speed limit was 25 miles per hour. You were cited for exceeding the posted speed limit of 25 miles per hour. That's the RCW 4661-400. You were cited with speeding in a school walk zone. Okay, so that's what you were cited with. And then the officer puts in there that there is signage. This is a photo enforced. Looking at the photos and video and his information about the area, that this is a violation. That the area is posted with photo enforced signs.
Did you have video?
The video was attached. You have a link on your form that tells you how to get your video.
Okay, the video, I don't see no 25, I only see 20. This one right here.
Right. The signs are in that area, but this photograph where it picks it up where the camera is doesn't show 25, but the area is all 25.
You see, so the 25, you will get it later, like after you pass the 20, right?
No,
that's how you call it?
Before.
Before?
And signs also before. Yeah, there's lots of signs that give the speed limit.
This is not fair, Jack. If we want to talk about this one, this is not fair. Unless if there is no sign that show, okay, port enforcement, the one we have on regular road, the one you have like right there by the courthouse, the court you have right now, right there in the court, they have a big sign. You can see from a bit far away, you come from Basel way, you see that sign, it says port enforcement before you get into the intersection. So that sign, they don't have in here. They don't have, no one, nothing.
Well, you can see in there that there's a photo enforced sign, and there's photo enforced signs as you're approaching that area as well. So if you're not going to subpoena Officer Parrish, I want to move along, Mr. Guy. So I'll finish reading this evidence. I will place you under oath. I will make my ruling. And then you can file an appeal if you like. That is totally up to you, but you aren't entitled to a jury trial on an infraction. Just that's not offered.
So you want me to do the appealing to who?
Well, you'll have to do the research on that. So you would appeal to Superior Court. So Officer Parrish says under penalty of perjury, the location has been posted with photo enforced signs as described in chapter 1006-010 of the Lake Forest Park Municipal Code. Looking at the photos and or video recording together, show the video and its license plate, portray a fair and accurate representation of the location listed above, and show that the vehicle was operated to a speed in excess of the posted speed limit. A records check has been completed of the appropriate state licensing department records, and the registered owner of the vehicle at the time of the violation is named above. This was issued on December 30th of 2024, relating to that infraction of December 21st, 2024. There are 3 pictures that are provided. One is a close-up of your license plate. That's how they are able to obtain the information about the owner or the registered owner of the vehicle. And then there are 2 photographs showing the vehicle passing through the zone, the area where the photo is taken. And you were right. I see here that there is a pole. There's a light beacon that's on top. There's a yellow strip that says school, says speed zone 20 when flashing. And there's another sign that says photo enforced. So that is the evidence that has been presented.
I see that some of you guys are saying you're kind of getting bored of this guy. I can fast forward it if you want. We still have about 15 minutes left of this. I will tell you at the end, he starts calling the judge racist, and that's when it gets really spicy. I don't know exactly when that happens, but I know it's towards the end. So up to you guys if you want me to fast forward it.
Presented by the city in this case. So this was issued to you, and you are responding to that today. So Mr. Guy, I'm going to have you succinctly make your case, but you're going to do so under oath. So you have a record. So raise your right hand.
You want me to say my record?
No, I need to make a recording record.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is true and accurate.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So you can.
I can't double speed on StreamYard, or at least I don't know how to. News Now. I wish I did. Otherwise, I would just do that. Get a lot of people saying fast forward. He's just about to start testifying. Let's see how his testimony goes for a minute. If it's the same crap, then yeah, I'll fast forward like 7 or 8 minutes towards the end.
Present your case. Just lay out what you've given me so you have a very distinct record. So
Exactly, Your Honor. Okay. So to my view, Your Honor, this case, the officer, what he did, I think he made a mistake. It's not accurate. When I was driving that road,
all right, it's the same old thing. I'll cut our wait time in half. Hold on. They changed screens. I want to see what they're talking about when they change screens. Here we go. Oh, nope.
That the 20 thing, the 20 per mile right there. There's no 25. If you can see right there, they were where the camera in there. There's no 20 mile an hour.
So Mr. Guy, what do you think the speed limit is when it's not flashing?
So on the road, the break school. So when you pass the 20 mile an hour, you will get 30 and you will get 35.
Not in that area.
In that area, it's 35. When you pass, when you reach the 20 first, and then 30, and then 25, and then 30. The 25, I see it in after I pass the 20 mile an hour. The 25. It starts with 25 and 30 and 35. The last one is 35.
Right. So when you pass that area, if the it is 25. Before you enter that area, it's 25. that's the posted speed limit in that area, is 25 miles per hour. You see signage because sometimes that area gets reduced to 20 miles per hour. And that sign that you see says it's 20 when the light is flashing. We can see in the photograph that that's what it says. We can see in the video that the light is not flashing. So I'm going to take that aside. The speed limit was not 20. The light is not flashing, so it's not 20. You were not cited for speeding in a school zone under 4661-440. You were not cited with that. You were cited with speeding in a school walk zone. That is the 1 mile radius around that area. So what you were required to do was to just drive the speed limit, which is, as you noted, around that 20 mile per hour zone
you're right.
was
Yeah.
25. Just let me
Right.
talk. So
Go
it's
ahead, go ahead.
25 miles per hour when the light is not flashing. And the light was not flashing. The officer has put that in there. We can look at the photos. We can look at the video. And
So the video show us the 25 mile an hour in the video? I don't see it.
it does not have a picture of the signage before you enter that area, but it does show that if the light was flashing, the speed limit would have changed. The light is not flashing. The speed limit has not changed. The posted speed limit in that area, according to Officer Parrish, is 25 miles per hour. You were cited for driving 37. So that is far beyond any of the speed limits that would be permissible in that area. You were not driving at 25. If you thought it was 20, which seems to be your argument today, then you were going 17 miles over the limit. If you thought it was a 20 mile per hour speed zone, then you were going 17 miles over the limit. You were not driving the right speed, Mr. Guy. I do find that it's more likely than not that you violated the speed limit based upon the evidence that I have.
I don't have no ticket. I don't. I drive carefully. So I never have any school ticket.
The ticket that this officer gave you says the zone was 25, you were going 37. So I'm looking at that as being 12 miles over the speed limit. That's the notice.
Like I say, I'm a good driver. I'm a good driver. I don't have no school ticket in my 30 years. I don't. Zero. No school zone ticket. This is the first time in my 30 years receiving this.
I don't understand how he hasn't got a ticket before. He clearly doesn't understand how speed works. How does he not have a ticket before? And his argument is dumb. It's just dumb. I don't know. I don't believe him. I don't believe him that he hasn't had a ticket in 30 years.
And this is not a school zone ticket. This is for being in excess of the posted speed limit in an area that's designated a school walk zone. Okay, so it's just enforcing the regular speed limit. You were going in excess of that speed limit. I find that it was committed by a preponderance on December 21st in Lake Forest Park that you were traveling 37 in a 25 mile per hour zone. I find that it was 25 miles per hour because the school zone was not active with a flashing light triggering the reduced speed of 20 miles per hour. So I'm going to find that you committed the violation. I will impose the $145. You have a right to appeal this violation. You must file your notice of appeal within 30 days, and you can do that. We will send you an updated form to show that you owe the full amount, and we'll put in a notice of how to appeal if you choose to do so. But it is a small window, so you'll want to file that before you leave on your trip.
So I can do it tomorrow?
Yeah, you should be able to do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so if you go online and look at infraction rules, you can get information on how to file an appeal.
So this one, it show here, it say, so that is school you decide me for, Your Honor. There is no sign to show to the public or educated. You can be careful when you enter this road. There is nothing there. That a lot of people today like to argue
Mr. Guy,
about that.
Mr. Guy, we've gone
Yes.
over this. In the picture that you have in front of you, I will concede that there was not a photograph next to the pole that gives that speed limit. So they did not put the 25 speed limit right stacked on top of the 20. You're in the 25 mph speed limit zone. There is signage. The officer has sworn under penalty of perjury that there is signage in the area. It was not flashing. So I understand that you're saying you want a sign right there, but there is a posted sign that deals with the school zone. So you're
So
not
you
going
said
to
you
see.
said they have a camera. You said they have a port enforcement camera. The one they say in the main road right
It's
there.
no, it's the same camera. There's just signs saying that it's photo enforced. So you get warning that you're going to be in photo enforced area. So you are given notice, but you're not going to get a flashing light, because if the light's flashing, that's telling you it's a lower speed limit. But there's a lot of signs leading into that area that tell you what the speed limit is. And there's a lot of signs saying that the school walk zone is being photo enforced.
Okay.
So it's all there on the road, but you are correct. The picture right there on the pole says it's 20 when it's flashing. That's unfortunate that you're fixating on that, because it's not flashing. If it was flashing, we would be dealing with a 20 mph violation, but we're not, that's not what this is. This is a 25, and in any event, you're going 37.
And you can see, Your Honor, today when I see your court, a lot of people argue about that. You can see it is a red flag. People that say like they forged them. They forged their kid money. I have a 4 kid. Now you gotta take my kid money for no reason. That's their food money.
You need
For
to
this
go,
one.
you need to go the speed limit, Mr. Guy.
I got to say, like I told you, my 30 years, I never get like this. Never.
Okay, well,
This is my first time.
okay.
So this is a forgery to me. This is my kid money. You guys took it from me right now.
Mhm.
This is my little one. I have 4 kids, man. You gotta take my kid money for no reason.
No, it's because the speed limit is posted.
This is forgery, Your Honor. Like last time I called the city council. They told me, oh, we will put a sign. A lot of people that complain about this road, not just only you, Mr. Guy. A lot of people that complain about it.
Okay, well, if you go to city council and talk to them, sounds like you did, so.
Yeah, I did, but you should do your part. You should understand where we come from.
I understand your argument. I'm finding that it was not, did not establish that you didn't commit the infraction. I find that there is a preponderance that you did violate the rules of the road, the 25 mph speed limit.
If I knew it, I'm not going to be violated. Like I told you, I don't have a ticket like this. This is my first time I'm arguing with you right now, Your Honor.
I know, I understand that, but we have other people,
I'm a
Mr.
good
Guy,
driver.
we have
Yeah.
other people, and you've told me that you know that there's a 25 mph
Okay,
sign.
now my other question, why you give to other people 75? Why are you going to give me 145? What is that?
Because you didn't want to mitigate, you wanted to contest this, and I said if I find it to be violated, I'm not going to reduce.
No. Yes, I say both early. You can hear me in the recording, your audio recording. He will say that I say both. I want to do both.
You are adamant that you're denying it, so you wanted to have a hearing. We've spent a good 45 minutes going round and round with your argument.
I was not denying it. I told you my proof because it's 20 miles an hour. That's what I'm arguing with. You know, now you give other people 75 and you're going to give me 145.
You know why? Because
why
when they mitigated, they're acknowledging that they violated and that they were asking for some concession. You're not doing that.
So what do you mean? And you say like you accept it, right? You want me to accept it? I should say no.
You did say no. You said, I want a contested hearing. I want a trial.
I want to mitigate it. I want to mitigate with you.
No, we are done. I found it. I've made a ruling.
No, Your Honor, I'm telling you the truth, man. You racist. You are racist.
No.
Mr. Jennifer, you are racist because you give everybody, you give them 75. You give them 75.
Mr. Guy, I'm muting you right now because you're not going to be yelling at me and calling me by my first name. we've spent a good deal of time so you could be heard. You can take this on appeal if you like. If you would wish to mitigate and ask for a reduction, you could have gone that route. You did not do so. So this hearing is now over.
All right. Oh, yeah. That ended up being the exact same thing for 40 minutes. I could have just cut the first 30 minutes out and just played the last 10. That's what I should have done. Well, I do appreciate you guys sticking around, but we are done for the evening. Before I head out, Lazy Hater, thank you so much for the 6 months. That is awesome. I appreciate it, my friend. Hopefully you're still here. I know you said that a while ago. I was really just trying to get through this video. All right. I have us set up to raid Kfar this evening. He is playing the Judge DeSanto crazy landlord tenant case. And I do want to let you guys know I am going to be putting all of that into one video. I said that after part 2 because I knew this was going to be a long hearing. So I have every single part. I even have part 1 that most people have not shared, which happened like mid-January. I think OSG, Law Talk with Mike, they all started at part 2. I actually have part 1, so yay! So I'm gonna put it all together. I'm gonna edit it down to hopefully make it only about 4 hours because as of right now it's 7 hours worth of footage, and I am not doing a 7-hour video. And we still have one more part, at least one more. So we'll see. We'll see. So go watch it. Go watch it over Kfire. Go tell them that I sent you, and don't get too fixed because you're gonna have to come back and watch it on my channel. Oh yeah. So I guess I should just commit. Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow night, guys. I'm not going live on Sunday. Heather's at her parents' house this weekend, so we are not doing date night tomorrow night. Date night has been moved to Sunday night, so I am not streaming Sunday night. However, I will be on Katie Zed's panel Sunday afternoon. We're going to be going over a very fascinating and interesting case. And yeah, so we're going to be hanging out on her channel Sunday. It's going to be late afternoon. I think she goes live at about 4:30. Probably should confirm that, especially since it's less than 48 hours since it happens. Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow night. I might go live a little earlier. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know why I'm brainstorming while I'm live right now. All right, go tell Kfar I said what's up. And yeah, yeah, you're supposed to be running a channel. I don't know why you're here. But we're going to Kfar. All right, you guys have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. Until next time, bye.
All right. Mr. Guy, you are muted right now. All right, I'm going to move on to the next case. All right, we have Shen Ping Shen.